Hello, hello. What's going on? Sorry about that. On the stream earlier, I don't know what the hell happened. My internet just went out. So I'm just on the backup hotspot. But I can't stream on that, so I'm just going to do a recorded video just to get something out. Because I've tried to troubleshoot it, reset it. I don't know. Spectrum is BS. It's like, oh, it's gigabyte internet. Blah, blah, blah. It works great. I've actually been kind of having problems with it since I got it. I can't get no internet love. Oh well, anyway, y'all don't care about that. Let's just talk about some charts real quick. Oh, right. So I'm not sure where I got cut off earlier on the last one, but we'll just start over. Bitcoin not looking very good on the lower time frames. We did end up making this lower low from here to here in this structure, so we are now making consecutive lower highs and lower lows. That is not great on the medium term. On the daily, we're still okay. This daily candle needs to really stay above like 34,000 today to look like kind of like they're holding on. But let me see. We got bears kind of coming in. We do not want to see the bears on a daily get up here in the power zone above 26, which they have not been in since this little blip here on September 20th, which is this big old fat white dilly here of a 10% down move. So yeah, not looking great. Unfortunately, this is starting to look a little bit distribution-y here at the highs. What we're going to need to see, what we can possibly see, let's, where are my tools at? Favorites. All right, in this trend line we were talking about yesterday, I don't care how you draw it, wicks, bodies, whatever. I'm not going to argue which way you should do that. To each his own. Yeah, of course, there's super technical ways to do it, but this is not science. It's definitely art. And even science is part art too, right? Scientific method, all that fun stuff. But anyway, no matter how you draw this, it has broken to the downside. And it's filled out about 75% of it, which is very textbook for a triangle. They should break in the 70-ish range, 70 to 80% range. And so we did get that resolution. Unfortunately, it's to the downside. What possibly could happen is we could be getting a fake out because we are all watching the same movie. If this gets kind of pumped down but still can get held inside of all this business here in the low 30,000s and it ends up being a false breakdown, then in false breakdowns or breakouts, there's a saying that from those comes fast moves in the opposite direction. So there's a possibility. I think that right now that's like the best setup for the bulls because this price action is starting to look a little bit exhausted. But again, we still have to default to the horizontals support levels at about 32K. So until we break 32K on a decent time frame, like at least, medium, like 4 hour and up. If a daily does it, then we're probably definitely going to go test upper 20,000 areas. Maybe come test the orange exponential here, 55 exponential. Because as we've been discussing for a while, we're just so far away. We can drop 30% from here. Actually, a little bit less probably now. 23% from here, about 8 grand. We can fall from here, and it still will be above the shortest term moving average. So just for a little bit of context, that's kind of crazy when you think about it. I don't want to click on that. There we go. So again, just real quick, that's we got these EMAs expanding open. The best thing for that, for the bulls, though, is we do have support here on the gray dotted lines, which is the 200 MA, and then we also have another major support down here coinciding with that upper 20,000s area that we just spoke about on the 377 exponential. And the 200 is squeezing this price over the next day or two, is squeezing it up into the resistance and all of the MAs. So this should be having the larger resolution here in the next couple of days, probably by the weekend for sure. That's what I'm guessing. Oh, let's see. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't look as terrible. Still kind of holding around this little local high here earlier. Oh, let's go to daily. Yeah, it doesn't look as bad. Let's go to auto here. We got to get that scale correct. See, we are still, so Ethereum is showing a lot more relative strength, which isn't surprising. We were discussing that a couple of days ago on the consolidation here. Usually when you get this like higher closes on bodies with the same tops of the bodies, that's usually bullish, and it ended up coming to fruition. So as long as Ethereum's holding that $1,200 level, 12,000, man, that would be crazy. $1,200 level, then I'm not too concerned about it, and this looks okay. Medium-term time frames. Yeah, see, this looks better. Bears tried to get in the power zone, got rejected so far. This does not need to roll over, though, for the bulls, because if we break back down below 1250-ish, that'll probably get us to the 200 MA, which is where Bitcoin's currently sitting at. Oh, one thing real quick on Bitcoin I forgot to mention, because I'm trying to remember the things I said in the other video. DMI on the low time frames, the bears have gotten to the power zone today, and the bulls are now in the weak zone. So that's not good. You don't want to see that. So again, better hold that 32. Short term, holding 30, like this daily needs to really close above the 21. If we get any close below that, especially below these bodies at like 33, what is it? It's just like 34 even. Then we'll probably get some downside action, maybe down to the upper 20s like we were just talking about. All right, Litecoin. Litecoin, pretty sloppy. You don't like to see price consolidating at the bottom of big candles like this. That's kind of the market accepting the newer price structure. So, and this rejection candle is not sexy from yesterday either. Don't like any of that. Bears are they're attempting to get in the power zone. Bulls are in the weak zone now, below 16 here, so not great. Any close below that 140 area, 139 area on Litecoin probably gets us to a test down into this range again, which coincides nicely with the 377. And on the daily, yeah, on the daily, it's okay. Still real neutral over here. You got these guys just squeezed up, DMI plus and minus squeezed up, and RSI just hovering right at 50-ish. So it's probably kind of waiting on what Mama Bear's doing, really. Because if Mama Bear breaks down, you know how the rest of the story goes. Usually, I know there's some altcoins and shit like that that rally really hard. I understand that. But overall, Ripples still just going boring sideways in this range. Crappy, same thing, nothing new here. It's okay above 27-ish. You got the 377 down here, but it's like sandwiched in. So really it's like 31 cents and like 26 cents is kind of the range. Until we get out of that, whatever. It's kind of a big, boring burger. XLM, though, is actually holding up on its highs of the candle, so that's interesting. You do see daily RSI is about to lose its momentum, though, and get kind of neutral again, so that kind of sucks. How about on a medium time frame? Yeah, super neutral. So you got to just kind of be horizontals right now. The oscillators are just super compressed and spaghettied out on the medium time frames, and they're just obviously stretched the hell out on the high time frames, but we know those are already bullish. So yeah, this is not great. If Bitcoin rolls over, this will probably dump down to 20 cents again or something like that. But if you were just looking at this, all right, holding above 25, 26 cents and above 31, it's almost exactly the same as Ripple, just is in a way better position against the left of the chart here when we look left. So it's a little bit nicer of a chart. All right, let's go to BCH, because I forget to look at this one sometimes. Everyone's favorite, the real Bitcoin. No, I don't know. I don't even know what that means. This looks okay still, kind of consolidating above the 21 daily, but you do have this rejection candle like on Litecoin. So, yeah, not great, actually, now that I'm really looking at it. This is a fresh look for me. I've been hanging out with the kiddo most of the day, so 530, then we can probably get some continuation. Really, though, we want to get above this wick, which is coinciding with this one over here. So at about 550, that would be giving me a lot more conviction for that. Medium time frames, though, above 530 probably gets us to a test of 550, but getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, especially since Bitcoin's kind of lagging out here. Let's go look at, just to show some of the big movers, HBAR. See, there is some stuff that's going against the grain. Ren engine still running. HBAR, man, that one, Hedera hash graph. Yeah, this is just bullish as hell still. Anything above kind of this 6 cent range looks all right. And this is a big fat daily dilly, so probably 6, 7 would probably usher in a little resting period for this coin. So not in that one, but just kind of checking out some of the lists here. Oh wow, VeChain, old school. Haven't heard of that in a while. Looking great for the upside here. Wow, it's been super bullish since Corona sell-off. Nice. I guess hell, what hasn't been bullish since then? though? You could have just literally threw darts at random tickers, or like Dave Portnoy was doing, was like taking random 3 Scrabble letters, like tiles out of the bag, and then he was just putting a ticker together and going to buy it. Pretty wild, man. That's the kind of market we're in. But hell, it probably worked too. That's the funniest part. Vet looks all right, but let's go to weekly. Yep, looks okay. You just got this nasty wig down. I mean, holy shit, 50%. I don't like that. That's not very liquid. Yeah, it looks all right. I wouldn't be touching this one, especially with Mama Bear looming like it is. All right, let's go to equities. Equities had that follow through, bouncing nicely after getting back above the 10 simple here, which is the cyan. Just rallying hard, up over 1% today. It looked really good. Just nothing really super bearish about this. We did get that little blip below the that 3760 area that we've been watching like a hawk. Kind of just hung out there. And for like not even a day really, and already just started rallying up there, and you've got all this opening up. So as long as ES is now back above 3,800, 3,830, it looks very bullish. All right, NASDAQ, same thing. Here we are at our target. Finding a little bit of resistance, though, but we did get the follow through. We get a close back above this. This thing is probably going to run into blue sky mode. And, man, the next target is 15,000 almost. So we'll see if we can get some structure built up for that. But right now, still bullish. Nothing to worry about on that chart, except that we are at this first resistance. So if I had a position on there, I'd probably think about trimming it a little bit for sure. Russell actually did not participate, which we spoke about the other day about rotations and how Russell could like potentially crash really hard, and it could potentially crash really hard or stay flat while everything lifts up, because it's just been a huge runner for weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, look at this. This is like Bitcoin or some shit. I mean, it's just going up and up. But that it didn't participate today is noteworthy. Let's go 3 hour. But the bulls are creeped in though a little bit here, so maybe this one will catch up tomorrow. This candle is kind of ugly though on the 3 hour. Back above 21.75, and it looks good to go for the upside, but we'll see what happens with that. Dow kind of Russell, a little lackluster. Looks like everybody wanted to play the traditional NASDAQ and the new Tesla included S&P 500. And since, Tesla's in it, it never goes down. No, just kidding. It will someday. Oh, this looks good. 3 hour, like that. Same kind of thing for Russell. This looks pretty awesome as long as it stays above 31,000-ish. VIX ended up giving it up a little bit today. No surprise. Still in this support zone, as we've talked about a lot. Nothing's changed on this. As long as it's still holding this area in the low 20s, looks fine. VVIX, same thing. It still has in the middle of this range. It's still in the middle of that range, finding this little support. So it was kind of set up for a little pop, but now that looks to be a little not as sexy. So that is interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Dixie kind of just chilling right here at this other price action. Very neutral still. It really needs to clear above the 90, like about 91 bucks on this, which will be over this trend line. It's getting squeezed into it. We should know if that's going to happen relatively soon, probably by this month at some point. TNX, just still doing the same crap sideways. It has lost its momentum. Kind of the same chart though, just squeezing it up. We are having this trend line coinciding with the 377 dots up here, so that's pretty hard resistance on shorter term yields. So anything above that though, oh man, watch out. Especially watch out for Bitcoin. That will not be great for the BTC. All right, let's go to Hershey's real quick, see what it's doing. It's trying to get back up in the area, and we might have something like we were talking about, failed breakdowns. See how this one right here happened? Violent quick moves in the opposite direction. Right here, same thing. Although this is only one candle, I like to see at least two, preferably three below it for like a confirmed breakdown. But this is a textbook one right here. Boom, boom, boom. Rallied, super gap right back into the structure, and then it just went right to the top side of the structure in like a week. So that's kind of a real good example. From failed moves come fast moves in the opposite direction. But now this volatility up here that we were talking about, we were expecting some type of move to happen fairly soon, because you don't get zero historical volatility reads very often. And so this looks okay. It has a chance to get back up in this structure, earnings coming up, but anything below like 151 is definitely not sexy. And man, if we do take out that 146 area, watch the hell out. All right, gold. Gold had a great move here. This little buying candle with this dip looked pretty nice back above the trend line, and now we're kind of engulfing. I mean, this is a 1.7% move, about $32. Looks really awesome. It just rallied pretty much the whole day. Pretty good stuff. Now we're back above that pivot point we were talking about, 1860. So I do like gold as long as it stays above 1850, 1860. Silver had a pretty badass move too. Closing above all this. Did not take out this other high though at $26. Got a little stalled out there. Let's zoom in a tad. Looks good on this though. This is what we want to see. If we can get the bear or bulls up here, bears continue to crater down in the weak zone, that'll be real nice. I like that. But you can see even on the medium term, you have the 200 MA finding resistance at 26. So closing even a 3 hour probably on 26 on silver, which could happen overnight, probably brings us into a new uptrend on this guy. All right, let's see. What else did I want to do? I think I might just end it there because I got some. I'm going to have to call Spectrum or whatever the hell. I don't know what's going on with that crap. But we'll just do a faster video today. No worries. Wrap it up with Bitcoin again. Just final thoughts. You already know what it is. Lower low. We didn't want to see this. Lower highs. This was ugly. We got continuation. They're opening up. It's not great. Bulls need to step in here fairly soon. Otherwise, this thing is very likely to test back in the lower 30s. And I do think if it does test in the lower 30s, especially breaking a medium time frame close below these guys at 32.6, we probably will go test into the upper 20,000 area. And then we'll have to reassess from there. But yeah, the daily closes in about an hour and a half. Let's see this daily stay above 34, and that would be a little bit better, just a little wee bit better, but still not even close to being out of the woods. Like we mentioned many times in these videos, look how far away we are from these shortest term, still 25-ish% away on the shortest term average. So, all right, well, we'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate tuning in, and I'm going to go figure out what's wrong with this internet crap. and maybe we'll do a live stream later if I get it figured out. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.